Okay, you're live.
So we're live, folks.
Nobody's here. So
Nobody's here because we're very late.
no one's here, so I'm saying anything. No one's here.
Okay.
Just do what you do. Viking Fitness just came on.
Viking Fitness. All right. First in line. We're late.
Like really late.
We're very late. So, yeah. For all you guys watching, one and only. Saturday night's live. I was going to bring WACC on, and he's not feeling well. So, someone else on?
Yeah, Jason. Jason just came on.
All right.
ATX Young came up and he said, "What's up, bro?"
All right.
Boss said, "Yo." Rick Slay said, "What's up, Mitch? Texas in the house."
Rick who? What's his last name?
Rick Slay.
All right. Yeah, WACC's not with us because he's not feeling well.
So I want everybody to say a little prayer for him.
Yeah, so say a little prayer for WACC. He's got a headache and some other stuff, and so we're like, hey, take care of that,
California Fire 420 said, "Hey, Uncle Mitch, what's up?" Mr. Blonde said, "Yo." Cliff Snyder said, "What's up, good Mitch and I can't even talk. Mitch and Mrs."
Yeah, that's why we're late though, because WACC didn't make it. So right off the bat, I just want to say a couple things. A lot of YouTube channels don't really respond to people that watch them and everything. I try to answer all the comments I can, and so now I'll be answering comments like when I get home from work, because I go to work early in the morning. So I answer them when I get home as best I can. And I want to say that, without you guys out there watching and making comments and me responding, I mean, there is no YouTube channel, right? So you guys and, of course, my wife are the channel, really. I mean, I'm just a guy in front of the camera talking. So I just want to say I really appreciate you guys. And I try to answer the comments as best I can. And so now I have to kind of answer them when I get home from work. And then second of all,
you answer some in the morning.
Yeah, I do. Some of them I hit in the morning, but so
I'm sorry. Jeff Whitehead just donated $20, and he said, "Jeff."
Wow.
So thank you, Jeff. Super nice.
Yeah, thank you very much. He's
cheers, Jeff.
Jeff, got some of our stuff.
I just want you to know, Jeff, that you were very slick by going on to Etsy. Well, we didn't have any hats on our website.
Yeah,
and you went to Etsy, and so literally, we had to find the one hat that we had left.
Yep.
And you got it, so it's on its way.
It's on the way. Yeah, I knew I recognized that name.
Oh, you need to say happy birthday to Turk's friend, Ashley.
Yeah, how you doing, Ashley? Happy birthday. Thanks for looking out for my homeboy, keeping him on track. Every guy needs a good ride or die, right? Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Ashley. Also, I just want to remind people
Turk's on. Sorry.
That Monday is the last day for the pre-order on the Living Dead Girl button-ups and hoodies and stuff. Of course, once they're done, we'll have T-shirts and racerbacks, but the hoodies and the button-ups on that, the last day to order those is Monday. So Tuesday, I'm going to pop over to the print shop and work on getting them printed and then get them out.
You might want to talk about your interview that you did today.
Yeah, today we did an interview with Viking Fitness. He has a YouTube channel, and he's the first guy I interviewed. I think that's out of state that I didn't know. I chatted with him a bit on DM, on Instagram, and I interviewed him today. It was a pretty good interview. It's kind of lengthy. It's a good story, and as soon as we can edit that, we're going to post that. So that's coming up, right? Yeah.
We got what's up from SoCal. We have Austin, Texas in the house with ATX.
All right.
Jason said prayer sent to WACC. Thanks, because
WACC needs that.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Turk said thanks for saying happy birthday to my homegirl.
That's
Ashley.
Right. Have Ashley get on and watch.
Jack Weasel said, "What's up, y'all? Just got done playing music with my band. Check my phone and seen this live feed." Hey, Jack, what kind of music do you guys play?
What kind of music? What's the name of your band? We'd like to check that out.
Ed Med said, "Hey, are you making a part 3 of the last video?" No, Ed, it was only 2 parts. Yeah. And I put the last part up, which is 2. Just 2 parts.
You talking about my Donovan thing?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be 3, but it was only 2.
I'll have to make another video and just continue from there. Yeah. Yeah, I started work this week, and my job entails a lot of driving around, so I'm starting to see a lot of Sacramento. They got me driving around, checking portable eye wash or hand wash stations, porta potties. We got trash cans by them. I got to make sure the trash cans are not full, and if they are, I dump them and I clean up around there, and that's what I do. And I put about 50 to 80 miles a day on my truck, and the pay's all right. My boss is cool. My coworkers are cool, so I'm happy with that. And it's going to allow us to save a little cash, so that's cool. And I can maybe bring some more T-shirt designs online as we move forward. You know, it's nice to have a steady paycheck, and you know, fix up the pad, save a little money. Yeah, you know, I saw some stuff recently. Everyone's talking about this. I know some video where some black kids robbed some Mexican guy selling corn or something like that. Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody's making comments about it. And I saw a video on another guy's channel where some guy's like basically race baiting and stuff. And I just got to say, man, I'm not really down for people victimizing citizens. I don't care what race they are. And, you know, it's just, it's a sad deal. I seen it happen. I lived in South Central Los Angeles for about 7 months when I got out. And this guy's making comments, and he's from another state. He's making comments about California politics and race stuff and all that. And I kind of watched a minute of it. And the guy's showing his video and making comments about it, which I kind of agree with. And my thing is, you know, this guy just lives in another state, and he's a race baiter. So, and I don't care what race you are. I'm not down for all that race baiting shit. I think it's about played out. You know, it's, you know, I talked to some other friends too that are, you know, of all different races, and they kind of agree, and they've been to prison. It's like, dude, if you're out here in the world, stand on your own 2 feet and make it. All that racial shit. You know, everybody's proud of what they are, right? So be proud of what you are without tearing down the next guy. That's my thing.
WACC wanted to talk about that tonight too. So
yeah, WACC wanted to talk about that tonight. That's why I brought it up. But you know, unfortunately, he's not feeling well, man. And all of us, it's just like all of a sudden. So I told him to get himself checked out.
Alejandro said, reporting from Mexico. What's up, Mitch? 80s Babies for Life said, checking in from the Navajo Nation.
All right, Navajos. We love Mexico
Ricky
too.
K said, what's up? Neil Curtis said, good evening, Mitch, to you and your wife. Checking in from New York City.
How's things in New York? I hope it's getting better.
George Kaya said, Mitch, what is your favorite punk band? I know you dig Bad Religion, so do I. Yeah. I have many. I would have to say GBH for myself.
I like GBH a lot. City Babies, yeah. And but I also like the UK subs a lot too. And there's a band called the Humpers. They only put out a couple albums. They were kind of cool. You know, I just wanted a Pepsi, right? Suicidals are okay. I do like Bad Religion a lot. I had all their stuff at one time.
Someone just asked how much that print is behind you.
Oh, that print behind me is not going to be a print. That's going to be a shirt pattern. And if it works out, which I hope it will, as soon as I'm done with this live feed, I'm going to work on it. Because I only got 2 days to paint, so I'm going to knock that down.
Massavir Rant, I hope I'm saying this. Now I'm scared to say any names. Massavir Randy One said, Uncle Mitch rocks, and he just super chatted us $10.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
We just wanted to do a quick check-in because we said we were going to go on. So
yeah, we said we were going to go on, and we're late, you know, and then WACC told me he wasn't feeling good. So, yeah, we just wanted to come in and check out, you know, check in with people and say hi, you know, see how you guys are doing. How's things in New York?
He said the weather's much better today. That's what he said. That was his response.
Yeah.
Brent's here. Hey, Brent, how you doing? He said, hey,
From
Mitch.
LA?
Yeah. He
said, right. Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, Mitch, hope you and the wife are doing good.
Yeah, we're doing good. I got to tell you guys a story. When I first got out, you know, I'm on Facebook and everything, and I seen a picture of a chopper, you know, Sportster chopper, and the guy's running the motor and shit, and I made a comment like, hey, that's a bad scooter and shit, and then his Facebook page had a LA Dodgers hat and a Pendleton and shit, and I'm like, aww. Long story short, turns out he's from LA. He came over to see me, and you know, Facebook friend became a real friend, and it's been over 2 years. So yeah, shout out to Brent.
our mod, one of our mods, we have both Jason and Tedford's on, both of our mods.
All right.
And Tedford just donated $20 to our super chat.
Wow.
He said,
Serious?
and so does Aunt Smiley, he said.
Aunt Smiley. Thank you very much, Aunt Smiley. That'd be Aunt Adrian or 80. They call her 80. All the kids that call her Auntie 80.
Final finishing metal polishing said, stay down, fam. I'm working on my 86 Honda Big Red 3-wheeler and listening to Mitch. That's awesome.
Oh, wow. 3-wheeler, the big balloon tire 3-wheelers. Those are bitching. Before they had quads, they had those. They're called ATV or something. They were neat. Or ATC. They were cool. All-terrain. They were neat, man. I remember when I was a kid, they had them. They had big, giant balloon tires. They were bitching. Yeah. Yeah. Some of my homeboys had one. Any of the comments, babe?
He said, Tedford said, my bad. And Aunt Adrian, I'm okay with Aunt Smiley.
Either way,
too.
it's good, bro. Really. Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm looking forward to getting these shirts printed up. The work shirts should be pretty awesome, you know. It's I don't see anyone else doing that, so it's just an idea. I had a couple of my Dickie shirts printed. That's where I got the idea. I kind of like it. So now whenever we have to re-up shirts, we'll do the prepay for hoodies and button-ups, you know, just because. And I think the Skull Roses print too. I think I want to get that on crew neck. Some guys said they'd rock it if it was on a crew neck, so I might have to do that.
Our nurse friend Tori, that comes on, and she put this on here, so I'm not violating any HIPAA ordinances.
Yeah.
She had COVID, and so I asked her, are you okay? She's a nurse.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm all good. It's a little worse than a flu. Tori, we'll pray for you, and I hope that you are on the mend, and if there's anything you need that we can do, we will.
Yeah, let us know.
Please let us know, okay? I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what we tell people. This shit ain't no joke. So she's a nurse dealing with people, and she got COVID, so.
I'm sorry. California Fire, sorry. It took me a minute to get to your question. Sorry for repeating, but no, I'm going to scroll up. Hold on a sec.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm not annoying, but the last time, is there any difference between a friend and a homeboy inside prison? Basically, is what it is.
Homeboys are basically guys from your neighborhood. Traditionally, homeboy meant somebody that you grew up with, but in prison, like everybody from San Diego is not really a homeboy. Like I said, you can be from San Diego and not be a Dago would, but basically guys from your hometown when you're in prison. Especially like if you're up north and there's only a couple guys from San Diego or whatever town you're from down south, you kind of gravitate to them, be like, hey, homeboy, what's up? And because you know where you guys are from, you got similar stories and all that. And then friends are just friends, like when I was up north, like when I was in Tracy and other places, I ran around with guys from Sac and Cocoa County. And when they started opening up new prisons like Donovan, Lancaster, I ended up being the last guy there from San Diego. There was no one else there. So the more people left to go to them prisons down south, the more I hung out with guys that were from up north. So they were my friends, They weren't my homeboys, but they were my friends,
Jason asked Erwin, hey, Mitch, how do folks from out of state fit in? Say you're on vacation and catch a charge.
Well, you fit in just like anybody else, really. Unless like I said, one guy came from Arizona and he was claiming to be in a prison gang in Arizona under the same name as these guys out here, and they worked him. They took him in and they worked him out of $5,000 and then stabbed him. But I mean, if you come out here and you get busted and you go to prison, I mean, you're just like anyone else, really. I kind of like talking to guys from out of state when I was in prison because I could get an idea what the rest of the country was like. I'd be like, yeah, I'd like to see that someday. I could run a little scenario like a movie in my head of what that state was like based on the person that I met that lived there. They don't get treated any different. They'll find someone to hook up with and run with, and that's all good. Yeah, especially if you're a motorcycle rider. There's very few bikers left in California prison system, so yeah.
Let's see. George said, Mrs. Smiley, I just want to thank you again for your awesome kick-ass work.
Yeah.
You and people like yourself keep us alive. Oh, that's
She's
awesome.
on that computer all day sometimes, man.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
As you can see, I need my barber. COVID lockdowns keeping me from getting my head shaved. Yeah.
Scotty Ad said, my wife is a nurse on the COVID floor, and the shit she's been seeing is unreal. And you know, the other thing that people are not talking about is the fact that a lot of these people that are on the COVID floors that are nurses, they don't go home to their families, and neither do the doctors, because they don't want to get anybody sick. So they're making a lot of sacrifices. So
they don't want to take it home to their families, you know.
I mean, I used to work at a hospital, and we haven't seen our grandkids in, you know, just as long as everybody else.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
And she has a son she adopted when I was in prison, and she doesn't really go see him much because she works at the hospital.
I saw him for the first time today.
Yeah, in a few weeks. So I mean, you know, she doesn't want to get him sick, you know. So I mean, it's not a joke. It's for real. People keep making jokes like this is, you know, it's not a joke. People die, man. So, and people get really sick, and you know, take it serious. I do. That's why we started making masks. I mean, they help a little bit, right? What's funny?
Jennifer Roberts. I love Jennifer. She's so funny. Jennifer said, I've been to my husband's barber twice now, getting better as we go. Hey, I feel you, because I almost had Mitch's bow tie barber from here. He was going to come over and do my hair, because I was like, I'm done. But I've gotten to the point now, it's getting long.
Yeah.
And I'm in that weird stage. So I'm like, I can live with it. So, you know.
Yeah, bow tie barber offered to come over and trim her hair for her, you know, make a house call. It's kind of hard to get your head shaved here because he puts all that hot stuff, and he does it with a straight razor. So, you know, I don't want to do that at the house.
Hey, Richard Solis, thank you so much. He's super chat us $5, and he said, love the channel and all your artwork. Keep it up, Mitch.
Cool. Yeah, even though I'm working, I'm going to keep painting. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like our stuff, man. You know, I lost a lot of my artwork, unfortunately. Yeah, hopefully it's not lost for good, but I lost a lot of paintings, probably about 100 pieces, because my mom gave them to somebody and I never saw them again. So I got some catching up to do. I'm going to keep painting now, for real.
Joseph 05 has a good question. He says, how many guys, what percentage do you think of guys in prison grew up fatherless?
Probably, you know, you have a fatherless and you have abusive fathers. I'd say at least 60-70% grew up fatherless. You know, in my case, I had a dad, but he was my stepdad, and he was a piece of shit, drunk, you know, violent, mean. So this, you know, and then after he split when I was about 12. So, yeah, most of them do have either abusive fathers or they grow up without a dad, you know. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Neil Perota said, people in New York City aren't really taking it seriously. The trains are so filled with homeless people that they're shutting down the trains from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Warhead.
Wow. Wow.
Steve LaBarber. Hey, Steve. How's it going? Steve? Hey, Sleepy Jones. You know what? I've been noticing, we've been seeing your comments on YouTube. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for your comments too. Super, super cool. Steve LaBarber said, what do you think will change when you get off parole?
You know, I'll be able to travel more, you know, like I can go down to see homeboy down in Dago and go fishing, or we can go down to the Bay Area and see the kids, you know, or whatever. I'll be able to travel more. It'll be more spontaneous travel too. Like right now, if I want to leave my 50-mile radius, I have to ask permission. And let's say I want to go to your house to go see you. My parole officer will want to know what car we're going in, what the license plate is, what route we're taking. And then he'll call you if I'm going to your house, and he'll say, do you have any weapons in the house, any firearms?
Do you know why he was in prison?
Do you know why he was in prison? Do you have any alcohol in the house? All that kind of stuff. So it's a pain in the ass, you know, especially when we want to go see the kids down in the Bay Area, you know. Yeah, that's definitely going to change once I'm off parole.
They want to know how long you have left on parole.
Well, technically, I got until September 29th, 2020, but I have a review coming, and that's something I should bring up. I have a review September 29th of this year. which is what, 5 months?
Yeah.
To get off parole. Yeah.
California Fire said, Uncle Mitch, there are some big tuna waiting for you in Dago.
Yeah.
Waiting to get hooked.
So here's the deal. My parole officer said, if anyone can write letters and say that you were a positive influence on them or the community, that would help. So the parole board needs to know what I'm doing out here. So if anybody has a positive letter they want to send and supporting me getting off parole, that would probably help. It'd probably freak them out if I got about 1,000 letters. Yeah.
We'll give you guys,
Who the hell's this guy?
If you guys want to, you can email the letter. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
I can print it out. Just make sure that you include your address. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to ask you that, but that's the only way
Yeah.
it's going to be legit.
Yeah.
Just include your address on the letter,
Yeah.
and you can email those letters to Mitch at heartintentions.com.
Or they could send them to my parole office. He has an email.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
So what I'll do later, another round, I'll give you my parole officer's address and his email address, and you guys can, if you feel like writing him a letter, he'll forward it to the parole board for my hearing to get off parole.
Elisa 360 said, Turk Loco, thanks for sharing the channel with me.
Stay down.
Welcome, Elisa.
Yeah, welcome. Homegirl.
Let's see. Did you hear that? If you'll give us the address to send it to, we'll do it for sure. Just email it to us for now. So again, his email address is Mitch at heartintentions.com.
Then we can forward them down to the parole office. I don't know if I guess you put your return address and all that
the
stuff.
Email, and I'll print them out and we'll send them over there.
We'll print them out and send them. And then Wednesday night we'll give you my parole officer's email and address.
Tarzan B said, I would write your parole officer a letter from Europe if that would help you out. You made a real positive influence on my life with your videos. Cool.
That's all we need to hear. And it doesn't matter where you're from, right? I mean, you're a human being. And if you like what we're doing, you know, you could send a letter. Let them know.
K-Dub just donated super chat at $5. Thank you so much, K-Dub.
Thank you, K-Dub.
And he said, hey guys, thank you for the awesome videos and life experience and humility you have brought to the world. I do appreciate it. Your videos inspire me.
Wow. Thank you.
That's super
cool. That's the kind of stuff they need to hear, man, that I'm out here doing it, man. I mean, and you know, once I'm off parole, nothing changes. It just gives me a little more free reign. I'm 100% free from the leash, you know, of the prison system once I'm off parole. That's all. And like I talked with Viking Fitness today, and Jay, and I told him, you know, the definition of integrity is doing the right thing when no one's looking, right? So, I mean, if you have a chance to come up on some illegal activity and no one's looking, you know, and you say no, then that's integrity because no one's looking and you do the right thing. So, I mean, I'm going to continue doing what I do, even when I'm off parole. You know, guys used to ask me, what are you going to do when you get out? And I told them the same thing I'm doing in here. The things I did in there, I did because I wanted to do, and it was real, and that's the way I am. And I'm doing the same things out here, just bigger, you know.
Tony Gutierrez said, what's up? And he said, San Diego Khalifa's 92113.
Yeah, stay down, Diego.
We have Baldwin 82, his hello. He's watching Iceland. It's 2:30 in the morning there.
Wow.
He said, "Oh, everybody has a nice weekend." That's super cool.
Excellent,
thank you so much,
man. That's bitching. Iceland. Wow. He's been on before, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Thanks for watching.
Red Rum, you know, I noticed I didn't transfer that information to your message to Mitch, and you know, he just doesn't. It's not his thing. It's not his deal. So. But yeah, you're right, and we both agree that the kids on some of these YouTube channels need some serious mentoring for sure.
They need some serious discipline, some of them, and some of them need a little mentoring, you know. But you know, I talked to another guy today too. We'll do an interview next week. He has a channel, and I should say, you know, but yeah, he's had a pretty rough experience getting out of prison and doing the right thing, and some of you guys might watch him now, and some of you guys might watch him after our interview.
Donald Vanderlip just super chatted us $10, and he's got a Semper Fi sticker, so he must be a Marine.
Stay down, Marine.
Thank you so much. He had no question. He just donated some money. Thank you so much, Donald.
I wonder how
Justin's doing?
Yeah, we're on
I haven't
Justin's
seen him on here
doing.
yet. I don't
Our
think
brother
he's on.
from Texas, he's a Marine.
He usually just comes on Wednesdays because he knows
Yeah.
we come on Wednesdays. So normally
He's down there pumping oil.
we come on Wednesday nights, but we were going to do a chat with WACC,
Yeah,
the infamous Crip, but he's
Yeah.
not feeling well. So for those of you that checked in
Yeah.
later, that's why WACC's not on, and that's why we're on a Saturday, because we
Yeah.
don't want to leave you guys hanging.
Yeah, we like to do this Saturday night thing. We like to do like a chat live with someone else, and we do our solo thing on Wednesday nights. But he's sick, so you know, it's I'm like, hey, don't trip, man. Get yourself checked out, all right? And at least call and see what they want him to do. Right?
You might want to just talk about like how you select people to interview, how you do that. How is that what process you?
Well, you know,
use for
somebody
yourself?
I forgot exactly how I met the Viking fitness guy. I think somebody suggested it, and I saw his thing, and
He actually reached out to you.
yeah, he reached
Yeah.
out to me. Somebody mentioned him though, that he had
Yeah.
been on another interview with Death, and I should check it out. And so I did, and you know, he started talking to me over, you know, direct message, and then we talked on the phone, and he's got a decent message. So
Hey, Sean, sorry to interrupt, but he doesn't ever come. He always misses us, so I just want to give him a shout out.
Swimming.
Sean O'Loughlin from
O'Loughlin.
Sydney, Australia.
Oh,
He goes, I finally caught the live. We're glad you did. Sorry,
thanks for
babe.
signing in. Yeah, so you know, I don't just like interview people just for fun, or you know, I do it because they've been through the shit. They've been through a little nightmare experience at prison, and you know, they overcame the adversity. It's not easy to get out of prison, especially if you do a long term, to get out here and do things right, man. And this young guy down in Florida, he did. And also he's from Florida, and some of these guys have prison channels. They're from Florida. And one thing he said, he's like, you know, not everybody down here is like that. So I thought it was a worthwhile thing to do. And after the interview, we did the interview, I got that's an affirmation. You know, it was well worth doing. I think you guys will like it. You know,
We get a lot of emails asking
Yeah.
Mitch to interview, but he's pretty self.
not all the white dudes down in Florida that have been to prison are you know, like you see on YouTube. I just leave it at that. And it's not easy to go down there and do time and be a stand-up dude, you know, from what I understand. And he also brought up a lot of the abuses that's going on in the system down there, which seems to be, you know, like with toilet paper, issue of toilet paper, things I took for granted in California prison system, like getting a roll of toilet paper once a week to wipe your butt with. Excuse me. Turns out that's not the case in every state, you know, so it's kind of freaky, you know. When you got prison systems that are
DC's on here.
cool.
DCC, how's it going?
When you got prisons that are out isolated out in the middle of nowhere, staff start thinking maybe they can do whatever they want. Yeah, and
They're calling you the YouTube movie star.
yeah, you know, like in California, when they come to your cell to cell extract you or pepper spray you, they have to videotape it. You know, so I mean, and that's come about through abuse. I mean, and we're fortunate we have a lot of people out here that are lawyers and stuff, and they take up the cause and help us. But not every state's like that, you know.
Hey, MC, where's little Max?
Yeah, where's the little Max at?
Jack Weasel said, who are some of your artistic influences?
Number one, Frank Frazetta.
Oh, he has some badass shit.
If you guys haven't seen Frank Frazetta, you can Google it up and see a lot of his work. He did the original Conan series of paperbacks. He illustrated all the book covers. He did a lot of Tarzan stuff. He illustrated like pen and ink illustrations of the Swordsman of Mars, real fantasy stuff. And he took fantasy, the way they describe it is he took fantasy art from cartoon world and turned it into fine art. So, and to me, he's the first guy to really do that. And he was awesome. You know, he's passed away now, but I think he's from New York. He went to art school and all that, and his parents died at a young age. And then when he was 16, he started supporting himself doing art, and he's just awesome. Awesome.
Buzzamatic said, Mitch, I personally think you're probably a good example for a lot of these youngsters out there.
Well, I try to be, you know. We got some youngsters up here that I chat with, and you know, they say the same thing. And yeah, really, I just try to be real with people, and You know, people ask me about prison. I don't bullshit them. I don't give them a glamorous, Hollywood image, because that's not what it is. You know, you can sit down and watch a movie, blood in, blood out, whatever, American Me, and think, oh yeah, that's cool shit. But in real life, it's not cool shit. And people need to say that, and people need to let these youngsters know it's not cool shit, man. It's not cool shit to victimize your society that you live in either,
Neil Perota said, love the Death Dealer series from Frazetta. I had a couple of tattoos of both of the Death Dealers.
Yeah, Death Dealer. Awesome. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think Danzig did the text, the storyline on one of the Death Dealer comic books. Yeah, I do like the Misfits too.
Turk Loco said, I'm about to be 38 and Mitch is a good example for me.
Stay down, brother. I'm glad. Yeah, Turkey Loco. He's got quite a story, man. I'm actually very proud of you, man. I mean, you lost your family members, man, and you're pressing forward and doing the right shit by your family. So, which a lot of guys don't do, man. So you should every now and then take a little time to reflect on what you're doing, man, because you're doing positive shit, and you should be proud of yourself. Because I am.
Mugen Mafia came on and said, did you get the email I sent with pictures of your sticker on my race cars? We did get the pictures, but we couldn't see the sticker. I saw the cars, which, by the way, are super cool. We saw those, but I didn't see the stickers on the thing. But we did get your email, and we were going to respond, but we had to get up on here. So, let's see. I got to ask. I know you don't smoke, but is there a big price difference between good weed and bad weed inside?
I did smoke weed for a long time. No, I don't know. I imagine, I think weed in prison just the same price as. You got to remember, when I used to smoke weed and sell weed in prison, it was $5 cash for a chapstick cap of weed, and that changed later on. I quit messing with it, and then they went to the cap off a toothpaste cap or some shit because it got so strong. But I don't know. Weed's weed in prison. Of course, if you got some shitty ass weed, you're gonna have a hard time selling it.
I think. Hey, Sean, I think he's seen him. He said a really good artist, Boris Vallejo. Yeah. He does fantasy and medieval art. You should check it out.
Yeah, I've seen Boris, but Frazetta was around before Boris, long before Boris, and I like some of Boris's work, but he uses models and photographs for his stuff. Where Frank Frazetta came out of the head with it. And he has books of all his sketches that he did in ink and pencil and stuff. He's just awesome artist, awesome. And he's the original guy, So I'm down for tradition and original stuff. But Boris is cool. And then Julie Bell started following. She's a mentor. Boris Vallejo was kind of mentored Julie Bell. She was into weightlifting and stuff. I think she modeled for some of Boris's paintings too.
So we have a young lady on here from Kentucky, and she just got out from doing time in prison. So Mitch has been wanting to do an interview for a little bit. So that interests him. So if you could email him at mitch@hardintentions.com with some of your info and where we can get a hold of you would be great. And welcome home, by the way. Thank you so much.
Let me know how we can communicate. And if you got a good story, that's worth hearing. I'd like to put a woman on my channel who's been to prison and been through it and is making the most out of what they're doing with their lives after prison. So email me at mitch@hardintentions.com and we'll see what we can do. Yeah.
George Caius just super chatted us $10. You don't even got a question, George? Thank you so much.
Question, bro?
That's nice. That's awesome, George. Thank you.
And if I believe it's Danny sent me a picture of your uncle. I shot you a message back. And if there's any way I can help, please let me know.
HR Bedizzle said, did you ever see the freight trains rolling past DVI? He used to blow his whistle at the homies when he was driving by. So did you ride were you like the conductor on the train?
Yeah.
That's super
And the
cool.
cars on the side had a big bird on the side, big like a war bird without the swastika. Yeah, we used to see that train go by a lot, especially when they had night yard in the summertime. We'd see it go cruising by.
Hey, Jay Stodgen, we haven't seen you on here for a while. What's going on?
Yeah, it was happening, brother. And they had all the big palm trees lining the railroad track on the side of the prison.
He's an engineer. That was
really.
That's super cool.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, and the big palm trees in that certain time of the year, them spiders that live in the tree that shoot their webs out. And you go out the yard and there's just be spiders floating across the yard in these webs. God, man, it was crazy. Tracy was a good place to do time back then, but it was it had its issues.
Dahomey Malo 1984 said, "Hey, Mr. Smiley. First of all, much respect. Love the channel. First, I remember on your interview at Death, you said you redid Manson's forehead tattoo. Not doubting that one bit now, sir."
Yeah, I did it. Oh, you know, when I was in Tracy.
Oh, sorry, Dave. Okay. Vance Chino, thank you for the super chat for $10.
Wow, thank you.
Super cool. Thank you so much. So
yeah,
nice.
and
no question, just a donation.
Tracy, I used to work on the back of the wood shop, and they got a dock. Then they had a roadway with a double fence, and then it's just a field out there. Well, around Tracy, there's hawks that fly around. It's kind of out in the middle of, you know, farming, whatever. And there was this guy there, Bob. Bob was a hitman. He had 5 murders. He came off death row. He was a super cool guy. He was an older guy, been to Korea. Had a lot of good Korean War stories, you know, about working with people from Morocco and around the world. And he told me, you know, Smiley, I'm a gambler, a hitman, and a pimp. And he was. He liked to gamble, and he was a killer, you know. But, you know, they used to give us these bags of peanuts in our lunch, and they were USDA, like commodity shit. And he had a big piece of conduit, and he'd pack the peanuts in there and put a wadding, like a paper towel, in there, and he'd go out to the back dock, and he'd hook the air hose up to it, and he'd poof, and he'd shoot the peanuts out past the fence, and the squirrels would be out there eating the peanuts. And I go, "Oh, look at you, you big softy, you know, you're feeding the squirrels." You know, and he looked at me, so yeah. And he kept doing that for about a week, you know. And I'd sit there and watch Bob, and after a while I'd watch the squirrels, you know, and I'd watch Bob, but Bob wouldn't look at the squirrels. He'd be looking up in the sky like this, you know. And one day this hawk comes swooping down, whop, and grabbed one of them squirrels, and Bob went, "Got him," you know. Bob was cool, man. Yeah, Tracy was a good pen. They had a lot of good work, a lot of good programs there. Bob passed away, though. His liver went out on him, I think. And yeah. But you meet characters like that. When I first went to prison, guys like Bob are rare nowadays, you know. Yeah. Any questions?
Dahomey Malo 1984 said, but wouldn't GP politics lean towards putting some work in, or nobody really tricked? I don't know what that's a reference to, so I'm not sure. Sorry.
You know, GP politics back then was like, look, if you're a stand-up dude and you're going to be there when the shit goes down, you're going to be there when the shit goes down. I mean, it wasn't like it is now, you know, where you drive up and some guy's trying to tell you what to do. Back then, if some guy, I've said this before, if some guy tried to tell you what to do when the first 10 or 15 years of prison or more, you know, he was going to get hurt. There was nobody telling each other what to do. You knew the rules. If you had any questions, you could ask somebody, "Hey, what's going on around here?" You know, guys that were kind of lames, you know, squares, they could go to school, work, mind their own business. They were fine. You know, if you had a problem with someone, you could go handle it. There was no one telling you, you had to do this or you had to do that. I mean, it's a little different now in some of these pens, but, you know, I don't know.
Matt 99068 just super chatted us $10.
Wow.
Thank you, Matt, so much. And he said, "Mitch, love your stories. I always look forward to them."
Cool. I'm glad you like them.
That's super cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm not a big fan of people telling me what to do. And like I always said, I don't like the cops telling me what to do. I sure as hell ain't going to let some guy in prison tell me what the fuck to do. You know, when you're young, it's a little different. I mean, you go in and you got guys saying, "Hey, this is how it is." And you're young and never been to prison. You know, get influenced by the wrong people. I've seen it done, you know, and it's kind of sad. You know, like I told you about that kid, Mike, he went and put in some work and went to the hole and got in a fight in the hole and got his head shot off. He got shot in the back of the head. So, you know, I don't dig that shit. And I've never been a big fan of that shit, you know. it's easy for young guys to get frightened in there, especially if they haven't been there, you know.
Let's see.
You got a question?
MC, do you really think he's going to answer that question? Let's see. Can you tell us one Alice Baker story?
Who's Alice Baker?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who.
Are you guys trying to make me saying some stupid shit
I don't know
again?
who Alice Baker is. I could tell you stories about the bakery though, man. Man.
Tony Taylor just donated $25 and
oh wow.
He and no question. You. Thank you, Tony.
Got a question?
No, he doesn't have a question.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Alice Baker was a school teacher.
Where? I don't know her.
Our Mountain Jew's on here. He said, I love this channel.
Mountain Jew.
God bless you, Uncle Mitch and Auntie Adrian.
Hey, God bless you as well. God bless all our viewers, out there.
Okay,
hope they're all safe
since
too.
we got answered that Alice belongs to a certain group, no, he's not going to talk about it. So let's move on.
Okay.
Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Salute, Heart Intention family from SGB. Respect, God bless you and your family. Thank you, Tavo. Super cool. Awesome. Okay, so they want to start a little roll call sound off. So we started off.
Roll call.
Let's go ahead and do a roll call. And let's see. We have while we're going to do that and it starts going off, I just want to remind everybody that if you ordered additional items with your pre-order, we're going to send them all out together. And the reason we do that is because we did it the opposite way before. We split the order up and we screwed stuff up all over the place. So it's just safer for us to do it. So like if you
ordered a mask.
We're a mom and pop shop. Right? It's just us.
Yeah. What you see right here, this is our, right on the other side of the camera, we got some tubs of shirts and basically, but we don't have a warehouse, it's run out of our house. But if you ordered a mask and you ordered one of the prepaid shirts, we're going to send you the mask when we get the shirts. Because like she said, when we first started this, we're like, we don't have this one yet, but we got that one. So we'd send it. And then we're like, did we send them anything yet? It's confusing, and plus then you're paying postage like 2 or 3 times. So we'll send everything at one shot.
So I'm just going to say something because, so people are on here right now saying, thanks, at least somebody knows what I'm talking about, blah, blah, blah. So here's what we're talking about. Mitch doesn't talk about certain affiliations and he's not going to. So if you, so we know what you're talking about, but he's not talking about it. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
I've said it before, I'm not in a gang, I'm not in a club, so I don't talk about clubs by name. I don't talk about gangs by name because several reasons, basically I can't speak for them. I can't tell you what other white guys think about white prison gangs or about motorcycle clubs because I'm not that guy. I can't tell you what policies or what, I can't speak for other organizations that I'm not a part of.
WACC just came on. He said, live from urgent care. My bad, y'all. Oh,
WACC's in urgent care.
Oh, God, that's
probably on his phone waiting to see a doctor. Yeah, I can't speak for other people, other organizations, and I'm not gonna, And, if a guy's a dropout of a gang, I'm not going to put him on here either because he can't speak for something he's not a part of anymore either. And he's probably got some bullshit to say that, that I don't want to hear. So,
okay. So I'm going to start.
It's not that I have anything against him. I can't speak for him,
Okay. So we got Jason from Tennessee.
Right,
we got Flagstaff, Arizona. We got Anchorage, Alaska. Just saying, I don't take any disrespect for that. It's cool. It's okay.
Yeah.
Anchorage, Alaska, Colorado, Utah. What up, old timers? Smoking a doobie, chilling, staying safe, y'all. Big Hayden. We got Manteca in the house.
Stay down, Manteca.
We got Vancouver, Canada, East Bay 510. We got our BFF WACC against the grain, live from urgent care.
Yeah.
You are crazy. We got people praying for you, and we just want to make sure that you're good. That's what that's all we want.
Yeah. Let us know.
All shirts made in USA, not Chinese junk. Ted first talking about our stuff. We got Modesto in here, and let's
our
see.
shirts are printed local by hand too.
So I'm looking at a bunch of comments. You guys are like talking shit to each other. Like, just let's mellow out, people.
Keep it civil.
Really, like, just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Turk
Civil.
Loco from Oceanside. We got New Mexico. We got Fresno, Indianapolis. We got Vero Beach. Hey, that's where our other friend Bob's from. Is from Vero Beach.
Where's Vero Beach?
In Florida.
Oh, all right. Yeah. What about Marcus? He's from Florida. The German from Florida. We love him.
WACC said, if you want to know, if you want to know about prison gangs, go join one.
Yeah, you can always go to prison and join a prison gang, and then you'll know all about it. You know. Or you can just live around them and see what you like.
We got Bronx, New York. We got Riverside. They said Mitch has a real tough guy in his arms now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is King Chewy right here. You're the king, huh, buddy?
We got Mendo from California. Eddie. Yeah. We have a new Oceansider. We have Eddie Oside.
All right. Stay down. Oh.
South Bend, Indiana. We got Hollywood. He said he got himself a haircut. Who, Chewy? He didn't get a haircut.
He don't get haircuts.
Joe Baker said sound off 707 Crescent City. I love Crescent City.
Yeah.
It's beautiful there.
Yeah, man. Wow.
John Wolf is
that's
from
one place
New
we
Orleans.
want to go.
Hey, John from New Orleans.
All right, New Orleans.
Jason said J-Dog waving a hand from Nampa, Idaho.
All right.
Monte Rio, Edward from Monte Rio, California. Gromy's Homies. I love that name.
Yeah.
From Ventura, California. 805, Bakersfield, Birmingham, England, Hawaii.
The oil patch of Bakersfield.
F. Follies from Hawaii. Is the tour starting to come back over there?
You still got the tourists on ban over there? I hope so.
H.R. Bedizzle said just down the hill in Placerville. We can't wait till when this is done we get to meet you. That's
we'll go ride around and maybe go to a barbecue or something, you know. Or meet at Lotus and have a barbecue.
This is like turned whatever. Just let's see.
Here you go, boy.
Aaron Burt. Oh, Aaron Burt, your boss.
Oh wow, my boss is on. How you doing, boss?
He said forensic clean all day.
Yeah, forensic clean, man. He hired me, and I'm just like, wow.
You know, did you guys meet for this?
Yeah, we met. He saw me on YouTube, and I saw him on Instagram, and then next thing I know, I'm like, hey, I like to do that kind of stuff, and it's funny because when I was in prison, a guy got out, went to Oakland. He started doing forensic cleaning, like suicides, murders, the cleanup crew. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty good money, And so when I saw him, I'd like, hey, I'd like to do that. And now I have a job with him. So it's awesome. And it's not holding my criminal background against me. So
he said he asked him, and he told everybody that he found you on 23andMe.
Yeah.
And James said, shout out to your boss.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Sure,
man.
Shout out to Forensic Clean.
Yeah, shout out to Forensic Clean. That's right. That's right. And the guys I work with are all cool. So it's great.
Pat McGrony said WACC was at the Harley dealer, not urgent care. Just kidding. He said get well soon, WACC, and stay healthy.
Well, WACC is waiting on a little money, so get him a Harley.
Gromy said I can't find a job because of my felonies. That's a damn.
That's a bunch of bullshit. And in California, they're not supposed to be able to ask you if you're an ex-felon. So. My boss found me on a website that kind of talked about my crime and everything. So, but if someone holds that against you, that's bullshit, man. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these young kids out here don't want to work. So if you're willing to work, man, one thing I want to say this to anybody who's got a business. One thing about guys that've been in prison that are on the right track. If they had a job in prison and all that, they're usually going to be some of your best workers. I have a friend, he got out, he lives down in Valley Springs, and he's working for Caltrans, redoing bridges and all kinds of shit because he's an old guy. He's my age, so.
You're not old, babe.
Well, Terry's about my age, maybe a year or two older, but he's working his ass off and they love him, So guys have been to prison. If they get out and they're dope fiending and shit, but if they were in prison working in industries or anywhere like that, they're going to be some of your best workers, man, because they appreciate it, I like having a paycheck, man. I like having a place to go, and I like having a cause and a purpose. So, I'm just grateful to have a job. We
get a lot of things about people like they weren't notified that we were going on live.
Yeah.
So this is what I figured out. Live and not live are two different arenas. You have to turn on all notifications to get notified when he's on a live. If you just have it when he uploads a video, that's the only time. I found that out.
I think there's a little separate thing too to be notified about live feeds. I'm not sure how that works. If anyone knows, let us know. We'll pass it on. But yeah. So things are good. Starting to get hot. Weather, I'm down there driving around. It's in the 80s. So
likes it.
Pretty soon it'll be in the hundreds, and I don't trip because all the prisons I was in the Central Valley, like this time of year, they're hitting 90, 100, man, and it's just, It's
Final Finishing Metal Polishing said, "Can I donate my skills to make Mitch's motorcycle shine?"
Where are you located?
Yeah, are you like?
Yeah.
Bass Chief from Mexico. Hey, Bass, how are you doing? Said,
right.
"Oh shit, Uncle Mitch, you look cool with no cap on."
Yeah, thanks. I need a haircut though. My barber's on, quarantine status. Has got the barber shop shut down. I like going over there, man. He puts that straight razor on my head and my face. It's great. Yeah, it lasts a while too.
He's in Massachusetts.
I have a cousin that lives in Massachusetts, Danny. Yeah.
That's cool. Thanks, John. You're nice to say that. Thanks.
Yeah,
I appreciate
that's
it.
cool. I was thinking about getting some more of my lower legs on my front end chrome. A friend of mine polished them, so that was cool.
So amazingly enough, we actually have the most people I think we've ever had on. So we were at like 157 a minute ago.
Yeah.
So please make sure you hit that like button, even though we weren't even planning on going on tonight.
This is
we're filling in for WACC right now. So
yeah, we're filling in for WACC. We talk about bakery, man. Back in the day, they used to make homemade cinnamon rolls, and some of them, were like, when you're in county jail, oh man, they give you cinnamon rolls this big, and some of them really were that big. And I remember when I was in Vacaville doing them programs in the 80s, they had this old black dude. He'd been down 40 something years, man. I forgot his name, Booker or something like that. And I worked in the kitchen. I go in the bakery, see what they got to eat, and he'd be in there rolling that dough, man, and just smiling, man. He loved working in that fucking bakery. And guys took pride in what they did. And man, them cinnamon rolls were the bomb.
Hey, Michael's Auto Repair from Santee just super chatted us.
Wow,
$14.99.
Homeboy, thank you very much. Santee's right next to Lakeside, brother.
Thank you. That's so cool. Thank you so much.
See, and that's what homeboy means. Same town, Thank you very much.
We used to get cinnamon. We used to get giant cinnamon rolls for breakfast in school. At Deb 907 said. Also, you know what? I wanted to say, Gromy said that even though he can't he can't find a job. He's in school full time. So I said, be cool and stay in school.
Cool, yeah. School's good, if you're learning something that.
And they pay for it. They pay for that. So
cool. There are programs that'll help you, but I don't know about Ventura what they have.
Yay, cinnamon rolls! You can trade those for anything in jail. That's where DC Irish got extradited from. He got extradited from Santee to Florida.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think he did. DC, you did 11, right? I think you did 11 years. I think. I try to have a good memory about this stuff. But Final Finish Metal Polishing said, but I have polished parts from all over the country and have done projects that have been in 2 different magazines.
Wow.
That's awesome.
You do chrome or just polishing? Polishing's it's a skill set there.
Everyone's talking about cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Chino. They're at San Quentin.
Yeah, Chino.
San Quentin, they were the best. In my day, they were fresh. Mitch has talked about that before.
Yeah. I told her, man, they used to have a badass bakery in San Quentin. Remember they had donuts in San Quentin like on Fridays or, yeah.
There was a thing about that back in the 70s that they, I read about how they would bake these things in like prisons and jails because it is known to have a calming effect on the smell. Yeah. It has a calming effect on the.
But look, they bake cookies, breakfast rolls that went with the the biscuits for SOS. They did cakes, pies. Now they don't bake shit, man. Now they buy this stuff. It's in a bag. They just add water, mix it up, and bake it. It's garbage. So I did hear they opened the bakery back up in San Quentin though as a vocation, which that's pretty cool. Baking's a good job. I know a friend of mine got out and was working at a bakery in San Francisco. He said it was a kosher bakery. They didn't pay him that much, and they worked him to death. But he dug it, made a paycheck, right?
WACC said, "Hard intentions is gangsta."
Yeah.
Okay, everyone's on a roll now about tank tops. They all dudes, not girls.
Dudes.
Okay, so it was just representing for the ladies because I like those tank tops.
What kind of tank tops?
Men's tank tops.
Like what? Like slingshots?
No, not slingshots. Like regular tank tops. Joey showed you. Our son-in-law showed him. He's like, this is what this. You guys are talking about not like wife beaters. You guys are talking about like the other.
Well, maybe next time we reload like the one of the other shirts, we got to do the logo soon.
Aaron said, Aaron the boss man. That's what I'm calling you now. Said that's good. I love baking. Baking is gangster.
Yeah, baking that's gangster. Yeah. I'll never forget seeing Mr. Booker in there rolling that dough, and I came up on him. He's like, he looks over and he goes, yeah, you know. But man, he just worked that shit. I guess the more you work that dough, the better it is. Yeah, but he loved it, you know. And he'd go to work early and get off, you know, late. So yeah, but, you know, the kitchens used to be the shit back in the day. I used to go to work. I worked on the back dock, and I had a friend. He was a cook, a morning cook, and he'd have a pile of crispy fried potatoes and onions and bell peppers in there, and a pile of scrambled eggs, and you could just, you know, them guys worked their ass off in there to make our food, you know, and now it's just like
terrible. Black Josie Santana's on. We haven't seen you for a little while. How are you?
Yeah, how you doing?
They're saying tank tops and wife beaters, so you got both.
I don't know how a print would work out on a wife beater though.
Trucker hats and slingshots.
I don't know how we do slingshots. I don't know how the print would work.
It'd have to be a regular tank top, I think. Because they're ribbed, so it'd be harder for.
Another thing we're thinking about doing is shirts with a saying on them. You know, like I guess people making comments about some of the things I say, like "check it out, lame" or whatever. You know? So we're thinking about doing a shirt, just a one color print to be cheaper. You know, like I don't know, like "check it out, lame" or I don't know.
He said, "What up, T.O.?" Black Sosie Santana said, "What up, T.O.? Blacks with a check-in."
Cool, brother. How you doing? I hope you're gonna get that Living Dead Girl. You know, we're doing the Living Dead Girl shirt, so I know you got the Aztec print and some shirts, a hammer drop.
Lady P, hi Lady P, how's it going? She said, "Yes, a slogan would be good." It was funny. We've seen all kinds of. They're like, "Check this out, motherfucker." That was one. I was like, "Oh my god, you do say that all the time."
Yeah.
Check it out, Lane.
I still say it out here.
Daniel wanted to know, do you sell patches? We're working on it.
We're working on getting hats. You know, we got to do it one thing at a time because, like I said, we're kind of small. I mean, if I grab the camera and turn it around, you could see our warehouse. It's like 2, 4, 6, 8. It's like 9 tubs. That's our warehouse.
Okay, so here it goes. So these are
supplies.
These are the ideas that people are coming up with.
All right.
What's up, Lop? No lops allowed. Check it out, lame. You know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
That slot bucket burrito. Yeah. Fucking creep.
Yeah. No lames allowed. Yeah.
This is the deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what we'll do? I'll do a little poll on
maybe we'll do a survey.
Those are funny. We're all bored, so it's fine. I'll just do like a little poll and find out what's good.
Yeah. You know what? I'd like to get a bunch more shirts done, but I mean, it's about finances. She wants to apply for a small business loan through this to the government. I don't know if we'll get it, but we're gonna try. If we do, we're gonna have all kinds of shirts for
You're
sale.
running nothing, lame. Is another.
Yeah. You ain't running shit, lame. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Turk Lobo said, "Hey, fuck your program."
Yeah, fuck your program, lame.
Cliff Snyder says he wants one that says, "Stay down." Black Sosie Santana said, "I'm doing good. I went back to work. How about you? Everything good, of course.
Yeah.
I'll put my order in Tuesday."
Yeah, we're all working.
Super cool. Thank you.
So we have to leave the orders up for one more day then.
Okay, so we'll close it out. We'll close it out on Tuesday and not
Tuesday
Monday.
night will be the last day to order, and then I can run them over to the print shop. You know, when I first went to Donovan, I used to tell people, "Oh, right on, right on. Hey, what are you doing? Right on. Oh, I can't get a Snickers bar. Right on." And then after about a month, some of my homeboys would be behind the wall, and they'd be like, I don't know, they'd hear me talking. They had here, "Right on," and someone goes, "See what you did?" I had half the yard was like, "Right on."
Guess what? WACC. What did I say?
What?
He said the doctor said it's allergies.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. I'm glad.
Yeah, WACC was feeling bad, and we're kind of worried about him. So she told me go to, call up and whatever. So he went to urgent care, and they said it's allergies.
He said he doesn't have any symptoms. Oh my God, that makes me so happy. That's good.
because he's got 2 young girls and a wife. So, we don't want them getting sick. We don't want to take care of them. So, yeah. It's funny, all the small things you remember from prison, Like, I remember when I was in prison at Donovan from 93, 96, I was the only guy in the yard who had a pair of Doc Martens she sent me, And when I went back in 2003, it seemed like everybody had them, It was funny. I tried to get another pair sent in them, and my mom sent me a pair of wingtip Doc Martens, and they're like, "Man, you can't have these." I'm like, "Yeah, all right." I was pissed off. That was funny. Yeah. I did get a pair of Doc Marten boots. They fit good.
They're freaking huge.
They're big, but they fit and they're comfortable. I wear them at work, so I'm gonna have to get another pair because I stomp around in some nasty shit sometimes down there. My first day at work, part of what we do too is we go where the homeless have all this trash and couches and all the shit they stolen, and it's just piled up. So we pull it off the sidewalk and down into the gutter and on the curb line of the street. So this machine with a big claw can come grab it and throw it in the truck, and the cops show up, tell them all leave, and then we go and clear it out. And one guy, this black dude's like, "Man, I'm a shot caller here, man. It's my fucking area. Back the fuck up, man." And he's a nut. He's cracked out, whatever. I'm like, "Hey, dude, it's all good. We're just here to clean it up, and we're not here to take your shit." And I had a couple youngsters with me, and they're tripping, like we're keeping our distance, we got masks on and everything. But by the time we left, I heard the cop call the guy James. I go, "So your name's James?" He's all, "Yeah, yeah." I go, "I'm Smiley." Guy wanted to shake my hand, before we left. So we got in the truck, and kids were like, "Man, you handled that great," So,
OG Mike D just super chatted us $10.
Wow, thank you.
No question either. Thank you so much. It's super nice.
Awesome.
You guys can always. I'm trying to follow these as much as I can without
Thank you very
running
much.
into the middle of his conversation. Michael Sage said, "Give Ireland a shout out. It's been a while since the start. Ire go brah."
Aaron go brah. We love Ireland. That's right. Even though I'm Scot Irish, I'm still Irish, baby. Same Celtic people, right? Yeah.
Turk said, "What shoes do you wear now? It better not be the puffy white balance shoes."
No.
The puffy white dad balance shoes.
I got a pair of Doc Martens. Are like industrial shoes. They're like electrical, shock proof, all that. They got a steel toe, and they come extra wide, so I got them. They fit good. And I ordered a pair of Doc Martens before, and they didn't fit. So I gave my father-in-law. So she came home. She goes, "Oh, look who ordered another pair of shoes. You haven't learned your lesson about ordering shoes on the internet, huh?"
How many times?
Yeah, twice. Just twice.
Okay.
It's my second pair.
Okay.
And I put them on. Man, they fit great. She's like, "Yeah, right." But I did order a pair of gloves the other day. 2X. These gloves suck, man. I can't even barely get them on my hand. They're supposed to be 2X. They're like combat style, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get those for my job. They don't fit for shit. So fortunately, my boss bought me a pair of gloves.
Hey, Cisco, I'm not super sure what that means, but
what means?
He said you just replay and people giving you money.
Replay? I don't know what that means.
Okay, whatever. He said a shout out to Salinas. Well, of course we love Salinas.
Hell yeah.
Dude, you know what? I don't we shout out to everyone.
I was in Natividad Hospital in Salinas, man, and they took care of me.
We shout out to everyone. It's just Salinas. You guys are making a lot of comments. I'm trying to keep it up with it.
When I had valley fever in Soledad, I went down there. They're like, "Oh, we don't know what's wrong with you." I had some nurse give me cough syrup. I'm like, "Man, there's something wrong with my lungs. I don't have a cold." And I ended up going to Natividad Hospital for about a week. But as soon as I got in there, the doctor's like, "Man, you got valley fever." And they took good care of me. So
South LA 213 said, "Real G still rock Chuck Taylors and a Cortez." LA. We just watched that. Really, what was that? Oh, go ahead.
I like Chuck Taylors, but I can't wear them. My foot's too damn big. That's I like true. Vans too. I can't wear them. They don't make them big enough to fit my feet. But I had a guy get at me on Messenger about people, family members getting out and not. He's worried about them. So if you're watching, get at me later and we'll discuss maybe what I can do to help you out. You know, anything I can do to help, I will.
Let's see. Because there's so many. Tony Gutierrez said, "Do you have any advice for my boys that are learning how to tattoo?" Yeah, be humble. Don't be mean.
I don't know what to say. You know, well, you know, I used to tell guys in prison, man, to learn how to draw with a pen. I used to use a fine tip felt pens for outlining. Then I'd use ballpoint pens and felt tip pens, you know, fine points to shade with. If you can learn how to shade with that, you know, you can probably tattoo eventually. But I've just learned how to draw before you tattoo. Anyone can trace a pattern out and do a little color here and there and call it traditional. Learn how to be an artist, you know, how to draw. And then, you know.
We got New Zealand in the house. Say hey.
What's up, New Zealand? Yeah. Find a dummy to practice on. Don't practice on yourself. I guess they got fake skin now you can practice on, but, you know, don't start tattooing on your arms. If you're going to practice on yourself, do it on your legs. And then you're going to know what it feels like to tattoo and what works and doesn't work. I'll tell you that. That's what I did. Hey,
South LA 213, did you see the documentary on that tattoo artist cartoon? Mitch and I watched it.
Yeah, we watched that.
It was kind of neat. That was kind of a neat.
I mean, his work was just, you know, okay, but he was at the right. He even said he was at the right place at the right time, and he just hit a good lick, man. You know, my big time tattooing days are behind me, but I may still do a little bit. But that's one thing that, you know, I'm kind of upset about is I used to tattoo all the fucking time, and I got pretty good at it. And by the time they let me out, I was burned out on tattooing and
large woolly boogers on.
Large woolly booger. How you doing, brother? Yeah.
Danny Boy said, "I'm trying to get my late tat." Michael Gorney said, "Best artist is Alex Gray." Let's see.
I don't really keep up on tattoo artists anymore because I don't read the magazines or anything anymore. You know, I'm going to tell you, guys in prison would like copy certain tattoo artist stuff, and they go, or they'd see a magazine and go, "I could do a better job than that." And I'm like, "No, you can't." You know, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I can." I go, "That guy's a better artist than you because he did that. That's an original piece. And second of all, the best tattoo artist is the guy making the most money."
WACC said he's getting a tattoo from you.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got all the shit. It's just.
Good morning. Greetings from the Netherlands. Jive at 5.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Is it 5 a.m. over there?
No, I mean, that's his handle.
Okay. Wow. Netherlands. Man, this channel's reaching all over the world. It just blows my mind. You know, it really does. So we've been off for a while.
Yeah.
We got some shit to take care of. We got some orders to fill, and I got to work on this second half of this. So we're going to start wrapping up. Thanks everybody for signing in. I'm sorry WACC wasn't with us, but I am glad he's doing all right.
Me too.
He was feeling like shit, and he apologized for not being able to get on. But hopefully next week we'll have a double live chat. We can call it, you know, Saturday night funny hour or whatever, you know, because sometimes when we chat, we get kind of crazy.
Thanks all you guys for checking in at the last minute because it was kind of impromptu. So appreciate all of you guys very much.
Thank you. Thanks everybody.
You guys were kind of uppity on here tonight. There was a lot going on here tonight.
Was there?
Yeah. You'll be interested when you attend. Yes. So thank you to the mods for being as amazing as you guys always are and helping me out with that because I couldn't keep up. So I appreciate you guys very much.
Jason.
And I don't let people talk shit to my mods. So I got you. Okay.
Yeah, we love you guys, man. We love everybody signed in. We love everybody that watches our videos and buys our stuff, man. Like I said in the beginning, without the people watching the channel, there is no channel, really. I mean, I'd just be talking to the wind, right? So I just want to thank everybody who's watched, subscribed, liked, all that kind of stuff, man. I'm grateful. I really am. So is she. So, yeah. Hey, you guys, I've been watching stuff on houses. Oh, there she give me a look. It's called Arch Cabins.
My eyeballs are rolling.
Yeah, and they got another thing called Jamaican cottage shop or something like that, Jamaican cabins or whatever. If you guys go on YouTube seeing that stuff, let me know what you think, because I think it's cool ass shit, man. I want to build our own house, but these guys got stuff, boom, boom, super easy.
So they're asking us, we're going to be live every Friday and Saturday night. So we are live every Wednesday night. The Saturdays are kind of impromptu, but it was a new thing that we were going to just, because WACC and Smiley are just, they're good together, and it just is a good time. So
Saturdays, maybe we want to do maybe every other Saturday or something. We want to do something with somebody else. We did it with the WACC. Maybe one time we'll do it with somebody else, but we want to do like 2 guys at a time live, so you guys can make comments and
ask questions.
You know, basically a comedy hour, just sit around and bullshit, and people could chime in and see how it goes. You know, we did one with WACC, and we're going to do it again.
Live.
Yeah, it was
kind of rocky.
It was kind of weird because there's a time delay. So what goes on the screen is actually 20 seconds later than what we're saying. So we had to use earbuds and talk on the phone so we didn't lose track. But we'll get it together. It's something we want to try doing, you know, where we can have myself and another person on here live, and we could take comments and we could sit around bullshit, you know.
Jason said the channel's a great help to a lot of people. Thank y'all for posting and staying in touch with the subscribers. Yeah, it's actually one of Mitch's favorite things to do. He does it.
Like before I got my job, I get up in the morning and just start hitting it, man. And she's like, "What are you answering every single one?" I go, "I'm trying," you know. I mean, if people are watching and making comments, the least I could do is check them out, right, and try to respond. So
super cool, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. You guys have a good night. I hope you guys are all safe and staying healthy. And WACC, we're glad you're doing good. Call us later when you get home.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.
Thanks everybody for watching. Maybe next Wednesday night, whoever signs on first, we can give them a sticker or something. We ain't shoot them a sticker. Hey, thank you guys for watching. Be safe.
So I just want you to know, WACC said a Saturday is his spot.
Saturday's WACC spot. He's claiming it. So I guess somebody's gonna have to jump on him if they want to.
Good night, Sean. Thanks for signing in over from Sydney, and thanks everybody from New Zealand, and thank you everybody. But thanks, I know it's like so much.
Yeah, especially all you guys in countries where it's late and on the East Coast. Thank you very much.
Hey, Jason, I didn't get a chance to say hello. We will be cool. You too. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Have a good night. Do it hard. Everything. Do it hard. Yeah. Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Bye. How'd that go?